never imagine that we could possibly do, because it's not natural in us. But his Spirit moves through our weakness, and we can reach out in those ways that we never imagined as well. Right? We all have gifts, and together we can make a difference. The key there is together. Right? We are the church. We are Christ's body, and we move together, and we sharpen each other as we go. None of us go alone. I love this ancient proverb that says this: if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. Right? It's so true in life. If you want to go far, you need people around you, supporting you, guiding you, coaching you, directing you, right? Giving you wisdom into your life. If you go alone, sometimes it might be faster. It might be easier to go alone. But it's always worth it, and we always go farther. We have that stamina when we go together. And so always go together. And that's what we're here to do together at BP Young Adults and in this larger church community. We're here to sharpen each other, to go together, and to serve together. And so tonight I just want to get really, really practical and talk about, okay, what does this look like? How can we apply this to our lives in the here and the now? Right? How does serving others here in this church, right, at Young Adults, how does it shape the experience for the people who are going to come in this building? How can we go the extra mile? How can we reach out to them? And this might sound like a sales pitch or whatever, but it's really just the truth that when we serve together, right, special things happen, spiritual things happen. And actually, the best way to get connected in a group of people is to serve, right? At my old church up in Edmonton, man, they have servants' hearts up there. And it's a much, much smaller church than this one. But I remember like just the connections that I have up there in Edmonton at my small little church. And the best connections that I have with people up there are people that I served with, right? People that I rubbed shoulder to shoulder, and we did the work together. We solved problems, right? We reached out together, and it's so valuable. And so maybe you're someone who's looking for connections. Well, the best way to develop those things is actually to serve. Sounds like a sales pitch? It's not. It's just the truth. When we serve together, something special happens. And so again, what I want to do is I just want to get really, really practical. What does it look like here at BP Church, Young Adults? How can we get involved? How can we serve? How can we go that extra mile and reach out to young adults in Calgary who need Jesus? How do we do that? Well, I want to highlight some of the ministries that we've started. Again, I've only been here since September, and so a lot of these things we've just launched, and our leadership team is doing an amazing work getting these things started. And we need people to come on board. Yeah, we can give a whoop whoop. Just to make these ministries happen so that when people come in our doors, we can reach out to them. We can give them that community, that sharpening, right, church community that they are searching for, that they're longing for here at Young Adults. And so one of the things we've launched actually just in the past few weeks is the B16 Cafe, right? So that's our address, Bermuda Drive, or 16 Bermuda Drive, so little play on words for our cafe. Our B16 Cafe, I'm so excited about what can happen in this ministry, because we've got some big plans for this ministry. We'd love to start opening up that cafe eventually before Young Adults starts, like a couple hours before, and opening up that as a place for community or for people to come, if you're a university student, come and study. And again, just what can grow out of that cafe. It's amazing. You may have noticed the other times that we've run the cafe, it's all been free. But tonight's been the first night where we've actually just charged a $1 small fee for the drinks that we're doing and stuff. You may wonder why that is. Why isn't it free anymore? Well, what we're doing is, who has a stretched budget? No one? Okay, you all have lots of money. Okay, well, no worries then. What the goal of this is we're raising money for our Young Adults retreat that's happening in May. And so all of the fundraising that's going to go through that cafe is just going to go straight towards reducing the cost of our retreat, right? Because things are getting expensive, right? Rent, gas. You guys are young adults. You're on a budget. And so our goal is to actually reduce the cost of that trip as much as we possibly can for you guys so that so many of you guys can come out and have a great time. Actually just confirmed our speaker for our young adults retreat in May. Oh, I'm so happy. I got my first round draft pick. Praise the Lord. Come on. First person I asked, the person that I wanted, the person that's going to speak into your lives in May. We got him. It's going to be good. I'm so excited. He's going to speak into your life. He's amazing. But should I announce it? Okay, it's Trevor Caverly up from North Point Church in Edmonton. Yeah, if you know him, you know. It's going to be a blast. Don't want to miss it. And so all of the funds that's going to go through our cafe is just going to go to reducing the cost of the retreat. Another thing that's actually really cool about our cafe is I reached out to Kingdom Coffee here in Calgary, and they're a Christian coffee brand, and they actually, some of their proceeds that they do from their coffee grinding goes towards homeless ministry. And so not only are we raising money for our retreat and building community as we do it, we're also supporting homeless ministry as we go about it. So good coffee, good fundraising, and good vibes, okay? So we're reaching out even with the coffee that we have, and it makes a difference in their ministry, and it's so amazing. So at the end of tonight, I'm actually going to, if you guys want to, you guys can get connected into these different areas of ministry, okay? So at the very end of the message, if you want to go and get involved in cafe, if you want to get involved in tech team, if you want to get involved in hospitality, we're going to have some little meetings where you can meet the leaders of these departments and you can ask questions and you can actually sign up and get involved and join the team if you would like to. And so for our cafe leaders, can I get Masha and Kay to stand and just give us a wave? So this is my wife, Masha. She's one of the cafe leaders. And then Kay in the back in the tech booth, she's doing double duty. So she's also leading the cafe. So after the service, if you want to meet them and talk with them about joining our cafe team, they will be over in the cafe area and they can answer any questions you may have. I want to talk about our hospitality ministry as well. Again, the different ways that we're reaching out here at BP Young Adults. So our hospitality, it's so important to welcome people into this place, right? As I told you my story, when someone reached out to me, when they, again, just showed interest in my life and just spent time with me when I first came into an area that I had no idea, I didn't know anyone. It's so important to make those connections, and so our hospitality team does that. And so, and God, when we're prepared, right, why we're doing this is why we're doing these structural changes and we're getting people serving in these different areas is so that we're prepared when God sends us people our way, right? Because God's not going to send us people if we're not prepared to receive them, right? If God's going to entrust us with people, if he's going to send people our way, we need to actually be on our best so that we can reach out to those people and steward the calling that God has placed on our lives to reach out to them. And so our hospitality is that first connection that we can have with people, and we can reach out to them and we can show them the love of Jesus. So I want to point you towards our hospitality leaders. Adjua and Abby, do you want to stand quick? So we got Abby there, Adjua there. If you want to get involved in hospitality, talk to them after the service. They'll be out in the front. Okay, next is our tech team, right? Our tech team is so important. Sometimes it's behind the scenes. Sometimes we don't even realize all that they do. But they are just as important as our worship team up here. Because if our tech doesn't sound good, our worship team doesn't sound good, right? Those two work so important in conjunction with each other so that they can produce the sound that they need to produce. And I'll just point out our online ministry here at BP Church. It's actually amazing. We're really gaining some more traction in these areas as a church. And so on a Young Adults Tuesday night, we'll get anywhere from 70 to 120 people that will either tune in live with us or they'll watch it after the fact on our YouTube page. And so that's 100 extra people. So it's like double the size of the people that we have here that we're reaching online. Now, we don't know exactly again, who those people are, but we're reaching them. And sometimes we can reach into that digital online space, and we can reach people that would never set foot in this room, right? Or maybe it's people that are checking us out online and they want to see what it's like before they come in person, right? And so actually as a larger church on Sundays, we're even going to be launching online pre-service stuff. And so if you'd like to get involved in that area, if you're someone who likes tech or you like hosting and stuff like that, come talk to me because I'm actually leading that area. We're going to be launching that very, very soon. And so if you'd like to get involved in that area, hosting, pre-service, post-service, takeaways, and just engaging with our online community, we would just love to have you on our team for that as well. Because we, on our weekend services, we get anywhere from 500 to 600 people joining us online every single week. And those are people, again, that we want to steward and we want to reach out to into that digital world. And again, it's getting so important to reach out digitally in this world, right? We can reach so far with technology. There's the evangelists that would go way back in the day and they'd ride on a horse from one town to the next just to tell the gospel, right? And man, if they knew what we have today, oh man, you can talk to people over there and over in that town and over that, man, they would jump right on board, I tell you. And they would just reach out and use those avenues so they don't have to get on that horse and go so slowly from town to town. Not that that isn't valuable. That is totally valuable as well and needed. So our tech team, if you want to get involved with doing slides, doing sound, doing live streaming, anything like that, you can talk to Luke, Sebastian, or Nate. Can you guys, 3 guys, stand? So Luke's back in the tech booth. Nate is here. Where's Sebastian? He's somewhere. Anyway, Sebastian's the guy leading worship up here. Talk to one of them. They'll be kind of by the tech booth after the service if you want to get involved there. Okay, outreach. Outreach is such an important way where we're going to go and we're going to go to university campuses or just do certain service projects or outreach events where we're going to get out of this building and we're going to go serve people and just get out into the community, get visible, and just connect people to Jesus and just bring the gospel to them, right? We want to build relationships with young adults in Calgary, right? And there's so many people out there who are looking for a good Christian community, but sometimes they don't know where to look. Sometimes they will never find us, so we need to go and find them. And so we're going to be starting that very, very soon, and we are going to be reaching out in different ways. One of the ways that we're going to do this is in March, we're actually planning to go as a young adults whole group on a Tuesday, and we're going to go serve at Samaritan's Purse. And so that's in the works. We're going to serve. So again, we want to get out there. We want to get visible in the community. We want to show people that we care and that God cares. And so if you want to get involved in that area of ministry, talk to Brandon. Where's Brandon? There's Brandon, okay? So he's our outreach leader. You can talk to him after. Brandon's going to be, I'm just going to say you're going to be over in this section after. Sound good? So he's going to be over there if you want to talk to him after the service. Okay, one other thing that I'm super excited about. We have an amazing opportunity coming in February. So in February, we're going to transition our grade 12s from youth into young adults. They'll still be able to go to youth and they'll still be able to come to young adults, but we want to welcome them into this space. Why are we doing it so early? Well, this is one of the hardest transitions in life where you go from a high school student to a young adult. There are so many questions. Can you remember what you were like when you were graduating grade 12? Some of you maybe are graduating from university right now and you're feeling those same things. Man, where do I go? What do I do? Right? And you just have so many questions and they're looking for community. And the problem is they'll find that community somewhere. If it's not here, they'll find it somewhere else. And some of those other communities that they could get involved in are not going to bring them life, right? They're not going to lead them in the path that God has for them. They're going to get connected with the wrong people, and it's just going to start this downward trend in their life. Again, this time when they have so many questions and they're looking for purpose, they're looking for what they should do, we want to welcome them into this space. And so next month, just coming up right away, the month of February, we're going to have something special for the grade 12s every single week here at Young Adults, because we want to make them feel welcome in the church. They are welcome in this place. And each one of you, right? No matter if you're 19, 25, 28, you have an opportunity in February to show a grade 12 student who has so many questions, to show them the love of Jesus, to walk alongside them, to welcome them into this community, and to mentor them. They have questions, right? They want to know what being a young adult is all about. And so we have a huge, huge opportunity in February to welcome our grade 12s. And I really want to make that transition well for them. I want them to feel welcome here at Young Adults. So let's do our very, very best in February just to reach out to them. Because again, what was life like for you when you graduated? You would have loved it if someone who was older than you, 25-year-old, came up to you and said, hey, what do you got planned for the future? Oh, I tried that. Maybe go this way, right? That didn't work so well. You might want to try this instead, right? Or do try that. That worked out great for me, right? We just have that opportunity to speak into their lives and to make this transition that's very hard in life, make it a little bit easier. Again, if they don't find a place in the church, they're going to find it somewhere else. And so let's get that in the church. Let's build the church. All right, just to conclude, again, so that you can get connected, this is our Discord link. You can scan this right now. If you're not on our Discord link, on our Discord yet, this is a way you can get connected with our young adults community. You can get involved. There's lots of people on there in our general community. And then again, if you want to serve in one of these different areas, what we're going to do is we're going to put you in a different chat with just people who are serving in that area, where you can get updates, you can get connected with all the things that are going on in the cafe or in the tech team or in outreach or in hospitality, all those different areas, you can get connected. And so I'd encourage you to go on this Discord, even if you don't want to serve, but especially if you want to serve, you need to be on this Discord so that you can know those different areas and what's happening. All right, so that concludes our message for tonight. And I just want to, there's several different ways that you can go from this place tonight. So you can either discuss some questions in a group, or if you're curious about one of these different areas that you want to serve in, you can go to one of those different areas and you can talk to those ministry leaders and they can get you connected, okay? So I'm just going to pray, then I'll put the discussion questions up on the screen. And again, you can either gather in a group and discuss those questions, or you can go reach out and talk to those ministry leaders if you want to get involved. And so ministry leaders, if you guys can get posted, I'll pray and then I'll release you to do whatever you want to. God, thank you so much for who you are. God, thank you so much that you invite us in to reach out with you. God, your heart is for people. And God, you love them so, so much. So much that you sent your son to die in our place. God, we just thank you for that. Lord, you've given our lives for us. So in turn, God, we give our lives to you. And God, we say, you can do whatever you want to. God, use me, prune me, develop me, empower me to do what you've called me to do. God, speak to hearts right now. Awaken purpose. Show us what you've called us to do. Lord, I just pray that ideas, pictures, visions would just be popping up all over the room, God. God, of the areas that you've called us to be involved in, the people that we've been called to reach out to. Lord, empower us to go that extra mile and to reach out and to show your heart for people. God, thank you for including us in this work, for trusting us with your people, with your gospel. God, may we never take that for granted. Lord, break our hearts for those who do not know you. Lord, remind us of the things that you've saved us from. Thank you, God. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. Well, this is going to be a hard transition, but go for it. So, again, you can discuss or you can go get connected with these different ministry areas. We've also got some free pizza that's going to be arriving in just a couple minutes, and so come join us for some pizza. Again, after you're done discussing, after you're done meeting with these different ministry leaders, feel free to hang out, use the gym, video games, board games, eat pizza. It'll be a blast, okay? Thanks for coming out tonight. Sorry, I have one more announcement. I forgot one aspect of our hospitality ministry. Another aspect of our hospitality ministry, and the reason why I forgot it is because we just added it, is Afia here, and she is going to be organizing the event side of hospitality, okay? So if you want to get involved with planning events and games and things like that, if you're a party planner, talk to Afia, okay? She's going to be with the hospitality team because our event planning is going to be an extension of hospitality. So if that interests you as well, talk to Afia. Again, same area as hospitality for that.